Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily Jean. If you have not been here before, I'm here with Kelly again. So you guys have been waiting for this video, or at least a lot of you have been. I filmed it while we were in New York a couple months ago, if you guys remember that. I was posting about it, all of that. Obviously, you clicked on this video for a reason. We're filming a girly Q&A. And if you don't know what that means, we're answering a bunch of questions that you guys asked us on Instagram about like relationships or like women's health or just like kind of awkward, like girly questions, I guess. But we did film the entire video in New York. We had like over an hour of footage and it was a really good video.
It was a really good video.
We answered everything just kind of on the spot. So yeah, it was a really good video. I was really proud of it. And then a bunch of you guys were kept like asking me like when it was coming out because obviously you were waiting for your questions to be answered. And all the footage got lost. It all got deleted. I don't really know what happened. We don't know if it wasn't recording. We don't know if it went missing on the computer just because I had so much footage from that whole weekend.
Yeah. And we were scrambling trying to go to the airport.
Yeah, it was just like a whole thing, you know. So here we are a little bit later. We're filming it again. I reposted the thing on my Instagram for some newer updated questions, but I do also have all of the original questions on here, so I'm just gonna answer them like randomly, some of the most like important ones or that will kind of apply to multiple people. And I'm gonna try and keep this video short. I'm gonna try and only film for like a half hour and we're just gonna cut it so we're done. Oh, I remember answering this one. How or where do you make friends since you're not in school? So like how do you make friends if you're not in like an education or like school system, I guess, which we both aren't, so.
Right.
I feel like we are blessed with like social media. Like Kelly and I pretty much met through social media. Like literally slid in. It's just like dating, like finding friends on social.
I slid into her DMs if you guys were wondering.
Literally, like it's just like meeting a boyfriend or guys or anything like that. I think use the things that we have like today. It doesn't hurt to message someone. I've had people message me before that like kind of lived around here that wanted to go to parties or wanted to do this or saw something they liked that I was doing. If you see someone in your area and you just reach out to them, like if they're your age.
There's no harm, I think. And also you can always meet people through mutual friends. Like if a friend asks you to go to an event, I know Emily asks me all the time to do something and I always say yes because you never know who you're gonna meet, or you know, it could be even for like a business opportunity or just like friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case might be. So I think just saying yes to things and like
it's just being
putting
vulnerable.
yourself out there.
Yeah, and it's definitely harder when you're not in school because I feel like school automatically puts you in that situation where it's like you're kind of forced to, but if you're not in a school situation, you kind of have to do it on your own, which makes it harder. But that's a really, I totally forgot about that one, like just saying yes to things, going to do things. Even if you're at a concert or at an event with another friend that you already have, like talk to girls, meet other people. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. You just have to be vulnerable and like just do it, I guess. Just do it. It sounds like, I guess it's easier said than being done or whatever you say, but yeah, okay. What's your advice on dating in college? I think dating in college is probably one of the like main times people date. Yeah. Because obviously middle school is like stupid. High school is like your first kind of round of things.
Yeah, you're just
like high school is like some relationships last in high school, some don't. It's just kind of like a learning process. But then college, I feel like, is the real time that people are dating, especially if you go to like a university. There's so many different people like in a university that you can meet and date, and I feel like that's probably like one of the best times to date, especially if you're away too, because you're kind of living on your own for the first time. You know,
and you
have
just
your own
meet a bunch of new people.
Yeah, with just like the social of college.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion on it is I think a lot of people find their husband or wife like late, maybe not freshman year of college, but like I feel like once like you're kind of done with that like partying stage, like freshman, sophomore year, like junior, senior year, I feel like a lot of people like try to like settle down, and I think, you know, why not? Like if you find somebody you like and you're attracted to it, I don't think there's a time.
Right, there's no good or bad time. But for me, I definitely think like people are always, oh, you're too young to date, or you know, this and that. I feel like while you're a teenager and in your 20s, like those are your testing years. Like it's important to date people and learn about new people. Like it's not a bad thing that you've had multiple boyfriends. You know, you're kind of learning and seeing what you want to be with for the rest of your life.
You pick out like qualities of maybe one person you dated that you like, and then another quality of them that you don't like, that you're like, okay, my next relationship, that's not what I'm going to be looking for.
Right, exactly. I think it's important to date whenever, and there's no like good or bad time to do it.
I think it's just whenever.
Even from like middle school relationships, I know it sounds so stupid, but you still learn things.
Yeah.
You learn things no matter what you go through.
Exactly.
So Also, someone asked how old we are. I'm 19.
I'm almost 21.
Yeah, I'm almost.
Woo!
We're both almost 20 and 21. So we're not super old. We haven't been through it all, but we've definitely been through things. And I also want to just like kind of put to the side, we're not like experts on any of this.
No.
We're not doctors. We're not like
this is just
girl to girl talk
our experiences.
And like I always say this, the one thing I want my channel to be is like a safe place for girls and just any young women, any young people to come to like just feel free, feel safe, hear advice.
Yeah,
so that's why we're here.
You can talk in the comments to
each other. And we'll talk in the comments about all these things. Just, you know, that's what social media is here for. And I feel like people put such a bad name on it, and it doesn't have to have that bad name. So, okay, this one's funny. I remember answering this one too. If you could be a member of the opposite sex for a day, what's the first thing you would do? I'm gonna say the same thing I said last time.
I forgot what I said last time. I
know what you said.
Okay,
you did the obvious thing. You said the obvious thing.
What? Look at my
like have sex.
Oh, to see how it feels.
Yeah, just like experience the other side of having sex. Yeah. That one's like an obvious. Like I feel like everyone will want to feel that. Just I mean, it's so different for like a woman and a man. Like the pleasures, I guess. But I feel like this is what I said last time. I would want to have a night with the boys.
Oh yeah.
Like I would want to go out, like get drinks, like whatever guys do. I don't even know.
Play
like
video games.
Yeah, like go.
High.
Yeah, like go and do what guys do and like see what they like. Do they talk about like girls that they like? Do they not even like care about girls?
I know that's actually such a good one.
Because like girls know what, like everyone knows what girls do. Like it's girls are so open and talk about everything no matter what they're doing.
Like Emily and I, like the second I come to her house, I'm like, all right,
boys, what's the update?
What's the update on all our lives?
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know if guys do that. I feel like guys are more like chill and just like when they're together,
they care.
They talk about the stupid stuff,
or
they talk about like
sports or
like world issues, like stupid stuff.
Totally
I guess it's not stupid, but like girls are a little more emotional with each other. So I would want to have a night with the guys. Tips or opinions on Brazilian waxes. So Kelly can talk about this a little bit more because I've never had one.
Okay.
Or experienced.
Tips, I don't really think there are many tips for it. I think that you should, obviously you have to like grow your hair out like a certain length so you get like a smooth foundation to like wax it and like you don't get razor burns and stuff. Opinions, I guess it's just a preference with it. Like I personally, I've gotten them done, but I think just shaving is easier for me. Like I don't like the whole process of like waiting it out. Like you have to like grow your hair out for like 2-3 weeks and then you like get waxed.
Does it last like
it lasts probably for like a good 2 weeks, so I feel like it's like
a little bit longer.
Yeah, it lasts longer than a shave, but personally I think it's just kind of like a waste of time and a waste of money. Like I just think it's stupid. If you can do it yourself, I would just rather do it myself.
I remember us talking about this last time. It's just like a preference.
Yeah, it's just whatever you feel. If somebody like, you know, literally can't shave and every time they shave they get really bad like rashes and burns.
Maybe try it.
Yeah, maybe try it. But I still got, when I got my first Brazilian wax, I still got like bumps. Yeah. So I guess it just depends on your skin type and like how sensitive or...
Yeah, I've never had one. I definitely want to try it just because I like trying everything. And I know most people usually get them like before like vacation.
Yeah, definitely.
Since it is like a 2-week period, you won't have to worry about like shaving and doing that, especially on like a tropical vacation where you're wearing bikinis, obviously like that kind of situation. How do you go after a guy who just got out of a serious relationship? I'm gonna answer what I said last time. I don't think you should.
No.
You can't go after, I mean, even just saying that out loud, like going after something is never like a good sign.
Right.
You just need to read each other, read the person that you're interested in, they'll read you. I mean, it's kind of like a back and forth thing, especially anyone, a girl or a guy who just got out of a serious relationship, it's hard. Like, I mean, they're gonna be in like an emotional state, and you don't want to make that worse on them.
And I think it's just tough because if they just got out of a serious relationship, it takes time to get over that person. So
you don't want to come in there and block it because it's gonna
confuse things and it's just gonna be a whole mess, and then you're gonna end up feeling hurt. So I would just say don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Unless like he.
That's what I said. Like read each other.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's putting it on you and you're interested, and
why not
go for it.
But if he's not in, like,
if he's holding back,
anything,
like let him hold back.
Yeah.
And also like you can be friends. Like it doesn't always, I feel like people and girls and just the time of day, everything is rushed.
Yeah.
Like not even just relationships, like everything is just so rushed and we want that instant satisfaction. gratification?
Satisfaction.
Instant gratification.
Instant.
I don't know.
College dropouts right here.
But it just like you always want to move so fast and like just be friends with them. It doesn't need to be something serious from the get-go.
And maybe it will turn into something, obviously.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on long distance? I've never been in a long distance relationship. I feel like that's hard, especially if like you're in high school and you guys are both going away to college, like far away. I feel like it's just gonna be like hard on you guys. And we said this last time, if you're already in a committed relationship and you kind of know that might happen in the future, like that's one thing. But to just start getting into a relationship and you know like in a couple months they're gonna go away, it's gonna make it really hard because you probably won't be strong enough for it. And even like relationships are like meant to be like company and like comforting. Like,
I just honestly I see
meant to be over the phone.
I don't see a point in long distance relationships because
long distance as in like hours.
States,
like you couldn't just drive there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like even if I feel like in a serious relationship and the person moved away, like
no, it'd be hard.
I don't think I could do it even if I was in a long-term relationship and they were moving away. I would just, you know, if I wasn't planning on moving with them, then I don't think I could do it just because I want my boyfriend there.
I think it's all about trust. Depending on how much trust you guys have, depending on how much, I don't know.
Or just the circumstances, I guess.
Yeah, everything depends. Just
like if the person's going away like for law school for like 2 years and then coming back, like okay, like, maybe
cool,
like we could work on it, but
and depending on how serious you guys are. And,
and
like how much you would be able to travel and see them and things like that. How to keep a friendship strong. This is hard, and I feel like I've definitely seen this recently, like with my friendships, just because one of my best friends is away at college, like multiple hours away, and like we've definitely lost connection, like within her being far away and just not seeing each other as often, but it's just communication. Yeah. Like even just a text a day, a text a week, like will keep that friendship stronger. Or even if they do live close, like me and Kelly live in like still really close, and just a call a day, a text a day, an update, or like
just how are you, you know, just simple communication.
Yeah, it doesn't even, if you guys are both super busy, which I have a super busy life, everyone has a super busy life and their own schedules, like you don't always have to like plan things and do things and have like see each other every day. Like even just a text, if you can't see each other that week, like just a healthy text, like checking in on them. I think really just like caring for them.
Yeah,
like, just checking in, like seeing what's going on.
Honestly, as stupid as it sounds, it's like whatever, you know, it's like a relationship with the guy. Like, you know,
you
just
the same thing.
Caring, be loving, you know, be sensitive to that person, help them when they're going through things. I just think, you know, it's kind of, it's easy to keep a strong, you know, relationship, and especially like loyalty to your friend is very, very important as well. Yeah.
Well, and just like, I feel like girls especially just think like, oh, if we haven't hung out, like we're not friends anymore.
Yeah, which is
like it's not true. Like especially like again, it's 2019. We have all these different forms of communication and staying connected with one another. All right, the camera overheated, but we are back. One of you guys messaged me several times, and I can't find the actual question, but I'm just going off of memory. So hopefully this is kind of what you meant. Obviously, I'm not going to word it correctly. But you were asking how to deal with a boyfriend or someone you're in a relationship with. Having people at work that you're kind of worried about, or just kind of like women at work, or someone, I don't know, just too friendly of a relationship at work, I think was the question. I don't know, I've never really like dealt with that, to be honest.
I've never really experienced it. I know with my ex-boyfriend, he has worked in, you know, several different places while we have been dating, or while we were dating, and you know, I'm not gonna lie, I was jealous. He worked, well, he does work for a commercial real estate company, and he first worked in the marketing department, and they were all girls. So obviously it's intimidating, I would say, you know, knowing that these girls are successful and they work and this and that, and you do definitely get jealous, but I've never experienced him being overly friendly with them. Obviously I've had my worries, just because I think it just stems from jealousy, obviously. Like he works with all these women all day long, every day, 5 days a week. But if you sense that your boyfriend is having too much of a friendly relationship with that person, I think the best way to approach it is just obviously communication.
Right, just ask them.
And
that's with any situation, like just ask. I think being jealous is one thing, like you're gonna be jealous no matter what about your boyfriend or significant other talking to any I don't know, maybe we're just like really jealous. But
yeah,
like, I am kind of a jealous person. It just depends on the situation. And if you're just jealous and you get that kind of jealousy feeling, like just let it be. Like just try and control yourself and just like know if you have trust in the relationship, like everything will be fine. I'm sure your partner gets jealous just as much as you do with like normal day-to-day things. But like Kelly said, if it's something you've noticed that's like a little bit more serious, that like you're worried about like trusting them and all of that, just ask, you know, just make it a communication thing. You don't need to overreact on it without knowing anything. And especially in the workplace, I feel like it's kind of hard to know things because it's like they go to work every day and it's not something you see on social media or you get to see behind the scenes. It's just like they go to work and they come home. But yeah, if you're worried about it, if you're like truly worried about it, just ask. I think that's the best thing to approach. Like that's what makes good relationships is good communication, and that's what builds trust with that. And you should be able to read your partner if that's like something that's going to be a problem over and over again or not. How do you deal with bullies? And then the same person also asked, how do you deal with lack of self-confidence? So I guess a little bit similar questions. I honestly just ignore them. I definitely had like bullies throughout high school, middle school, and then now today, like over the internet, has probably been the worst bullying I've seen, like personally. And I feel like I just naturally have a thick skin. Like I don't know what it is. I feel like you're just like kind of either born with it or not. But I know it's way easier said than being said than being done.
It's easier said than being done.
Yeah. But like just ignore it. Like those people, they're only trying to do that because they're like insecure about something or they're unhappy about something and they're coming to attack you. And I know sometimes bullying almost sounds like, I've had comments where they sound like bullying, but sometimes they're true. Like sometimes they're true, and then I step back and I learn from it. Sometimes I'm like, wow, I really am kind of being this way or acting this way. I should kind of like say thank you.
Right. Thanks for like letting me realize that I was being like a certain way.
Yeah, and just for an example, because I think that's kind of confusing, someone commented on one of my lingerie videos, try-on videos. It was a girl, and she said, like, this girl is so cute, but it seems like she's pursuing all these inappropriate comments. Because on those videos, naturally, just creepy men, a lot of comments that are inappropriate, a lot of like complimenting compliments, and I go through my comments and I just kind of like them all, just naturally. I just kind of like every single one. And after I read that comment, I was like, you know what, she's right. Like, I shouldn't be liking a comment that is inappropriate. And they weren't like super inappropriate. I always delete the like very like rated R comments. But even just like the creepy guys that were saying like, oh, you look so beautiful, honey, or like whatever, like just something creepy. Like it made me realize like, yeah, I shouldn't be doing that. Like I shouldn't be pursuing these comments because like, I don't want them on my page. Yeah. I was just being lazy and literally just liking all my comments. So when I first read it, I was like, ooh, like that makes me look bad, like she's bullying me, but like really no, like I need to look at it in a different way. And I responded to her and I said, thank you, like I should look at my comments a little bit more, like look into them and just delete them or remove these people and learn from it. So there's all different things of bullying. If they're just like cruel, like attacking you, one, if it's in person, just ignore the person. Like don't be friends with them, don't attack back, don't say anything back, just ignore it. Sometimes silence is the best thing. And if it's over online, even more so online, those people don't know you, and they're doing it through a computer screen, a phone screen. Yeah, just ignore it. It's not worth it. It's not worth your time. And then how to deal with lack of self-confidence. I think I always look at self-confidence as like everyone goes through it. Every single person on this earth has something they don't like about themselves, or has a good day, has a bad day, so you're not alone. And even if you see someone picture perfect, that you're like, oh my god, like she's perfect, he's perfect, like they don't think that about themselves.
Right. Chances are that, you know, one, social media could be a nasty place and everybody shows the perfect side of life and everything. And I think
it's just a picture. A picture can only say so much.
There's Photoshop, there's filters, there's this and that. So I think I said this last time we filmed this, but the way I've always kind of overcome my insecurities is that every single person on this planet is completely different in their own way. And I've always just told myself, like, nobody else on this earth is like me. They don't have a personality just like me. They don't look just like me. Like, you're just different in your own way, and I think that's what overcame my insecurity was just knowing that like I was special in my own way.
Right, everyone's their own
and
person.
Everybody is beautiful in their own way. So I think that's what helped me kind of get over like my insecurities. Obviously I still feel insecure on, you know, days where my skin doesn't look as good, or, you know, I don't, you know, whatever the case might be.
No, that's so true. And that's a really good way to look at it. It's just looking at everything. It's just looking at it in the right light. And yeah, especially like social media, you have to know that like those people are purposely putting out the best and happiest and prettiest moments of their lives. For the most part, that's what you see on social media. But not even just like, just in general, just like even at school, if you think a girl's prettier than you, like I'm sure she doesn't think that way.
Right.
You know, everyone has something that they don't like about themselves inside and out. And yeah, you'll have your good days and you'll have your bad days.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's good. Tips on staying confident while being intimate with a guy. Okay, we talked about, this was phrased a little bit different in our last video, but I kind of remember it. For me, I've only been intimate with people I've been in serious relationships with, for the most part. So for me, it's like, again, it's trust, you know, it's that we already have that like foundation of a relationship to where when we do get to the intimate stage, it's just, it's already comfortable. It's always gonna be, you know, you're always a little bit worried, or you always want to look good, or like, you know, there's always those things. And like, just have a self-care day. Like, that kind of sounds stupid, but like, maybe like the day before, you know, shave your legs and do the things that make you feel good. Not saying you have to shave your legs, but like,
but just do things
that make you feel pretty and kind of prepared, especially for something that might be new for you. If this is kind of like a one-time thing with a guy, I don't even know what to tell you, because I feel like I would just feel awkward. Like, that's just who I am. I know I wouldn't feel comfortable with someone random or someone one time, so I just don't do it.
And I think also people, when they do have intimate moments, I feel like they overthink everything. Every move they're about to make, you're in your head about everything. So I swear, like, if you just get out of your head and just let yourself like go and just have fun and be in the moment, like, it's just gonna be a way better experience than if you're just sitting there being like, oh my god, does this feel good for him? Did he like that? Does he not like this?
Right.
You know, and I also think like it's easier when you are in a relationship with a guy, because you guys can discuss like what you guys like and what you don't like. So
well, and when you're in a relationship, you know that that guy wants to be there with you. If you have already made it to that point where that's become like, you've already had this foundation of a relationship, like he loves you, he likes you, like he's into you already. That's why I feel like for me, just I'm not into the whole one night things, because they're probably there for the wrong reasons, and that will probably make you feel less comfortable just from the beginning. Someone asked how to deal with having small boobs and trying to stop feeling so insecure. So this goes back with the same like self-confidence thing. Everybody has something about them, whether you have big boobs, small boobs, big butt, little butt, like there's pluses to everything, and I promise you, you want what you don't have.
Exactly, I was just
like,
about to say that.
Like I have a smaller chest and I've always wanted bigger boobs. Like,
and I've talked to like friends who do have a bigger chest, and they're like,
no, I wish I had your boobs, because you can wear this shirt and you can wear this shirt and not feel uncomfortable about it. And I'm like, but I just want cleavage. Like, I just want big boobs, because like whatever, I want to feel like a woman.
But I think that's where like bombshell bras from Victoria's Secret come into play. There's definitely different ways you can, you know, up those girls and make them look better without, you know.
Or even if you have like, if you're flat, like I know some girls that have nothing. Like, take the advantage of wearing those tops that other girls can't. Those like deep, crazy V's that like Kendall Jenner wears, that she literally looks
so good in.
So beautiful in. Like, take advantage, like know your body type and how to dress. And I feel like that will kind of like make your self-confidence higher, with obviously like just embracing your body. Like using what you have. I think that's so important when like just fashion and getting dressed in general. Like, things are gonna look so much better if you know your body and what,
you know what
looks good on your body. Exactly. So, and like I said, just because you have small boobs doesn't make like, oh, you need to have big boobs. Like, that's just such a stereotypical, the same thing with having like a big butt. It's all just, you know, it's,
and if you're worried like
not realistic
about a guy caring so much about your small boobs, I promise you there are a million guys in the world that like small boobs, that don't like big boobs, and there's guys that like big boobs and don't like small boobs.
You don't need to worry about that too. that shouldn't even cross your mind.
Right.
If they like you, they like you. It shouldn't even be
right.
about that. This one is good. How do you tell your friend that she's in a terrible relationship without upsetting her? I've been in this situation before. Literally when I broke up with my boyfriend one time, my friend took my phone for 24 hours and was like, you're not allowed to have your phone. But that's just like a side note.
Yeah.
I think it's just, don't be aggressive. Don't act like you're their mom. Like you don't want to go into the situation like intruding on it. If they're asking you for advice or if they're coming to you, like be honest.
And be open.
Yeah, like tell them what you're seeing, and obviously you're not going to know everything that they're going through exactly, but at least everything that you know, you can tell them your advice and be honest and be open. But like if your friend's not asking you, or if you don't see her like physically, mentally getting super hurt, like I feel like you shouldn't even
you shouldn't even get involved in anything.
Give them their privacy.
Right.
But I feel like if you are friends, most girls talk no matter what. Yeah. So I'm sure you guys have kind of brought up just the fact of the relationship in general, and just like slowly like say things like, or ask her questions like, does he make you feel this way? Does he make you feel this way? And if it's something that's like a health issue, then like kind of point it out to her and just kind of be like, I think all women and girls like things to be done like subtly.
Right.
Like very like no yelling, like no aggressiveness. You don't want to sound too like bossy, I guess.
And I think definitely just, you know, don't take the approach as to like you need to break up with him. Like I don't think he's bad for you. Just try to like know how to word your sentences.
Alright guys, so we're going to end the video here because the camera is overheating and the sun is going down. Plus I don't want this to be a million years long. I have so many more questions from the first time and from stuff you guys asked today. So if you guys really liked this video and if it helped you at all, leave a comment down below that you want to see a part 2, or give this video a thumbs up to do a part 2 and we can do that for you guys, answering some of the other questions. And I also like don't want to rush through it. All these questions are so like deep and kind of, I feel like they take longer to answer, and I feel like we kind of already rushed through this one enough. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, leave your comments down below if you have any other questions that you want to ask for a part 2 series, or you guys can chat with each other in the comments. I want it to be a safe and happy place for all of us to chat. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for Kelly for helping me with this video.
You're welcome.
And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.